You're watching BBC News. I'm Anita McVeigh, and I want to remind you now of our breaking news this hour. That is the Israeli army saying that it is checking whether the chief of Hamas, Yahya Sinwar, was killed during a military operation in the Gaza Strip. Well, Yahya Sinwar is widely regarded as the architect of the October 7th attacks on Israel. In a statement, the Israel Defense Forces said at this stage the identity of the terrorists can't be confirmed. The statement goes on, there were no signs that Israeli hostages had been present in the building where the three militants were killed. And the reason that's interesting is that Yahya Sinwar was often reported to be surrounded by a human shield of hostages. Clearly the rest of Hamas were acutely aware that he was a target for Israel, a key target for Israel. Yahya Sinwar only became the overall leader of Hamas in the summer after the death of Ismail Haniyeh, who was killed in Iran while he was in the country to attend the inauguration of the new Iranian president. So clearly, as our correspondents have been telling us this hour, this is going to be hugely significant if indeed this news is confirmed, although there's not been any immediate comment from Hamas on what the Israel Defense Forces are saying. Well, a few minutes ago, I spoke to our Gaza correspondent, Rushdie Abu-Alouf, and he told me more about Yahya Sinwar and how important he is to Hamas.
You know, Yahya Sinwar, his latest position is the overall leader of Hamas, and I've been there in Qatar when they choose him, and they said that he's the one who ordered the 7th of October attack, and one Hamas leader told me that this attack belonged to him, so he deserved to be the overall leader of the movement. Yahya Sinwar was in the prison for quite a long time, more than 20 years in the Israeli prison, and then he was released back in 2013 following the exchange deal between Hamas and Israel to release the captive soldier Gilad Shalit. Since then, he was very quickly became a big figure in Hamas. He was almost in control of the military wing of the movement. His brother Muhammad was running the biggest battalion for Hamas in Khan Yunis, and he, even before he became the head of the movement, he was the leader for Hamas in Gaza, which is, I think, the most important place for Hamas is Gaza, despite that they are in the West Bank and outside, but Gaza, where the Hamas, heavy weight are in Gaza, and he was the head of the movement there. That's mean he was the overall leader, whether he himself ordered the decision of the 7th of October or not. He was the one in charge of that. Well, still no word from Hamas or any indication about this recent Israeli claim that they have killed him. There is a photo circulating in social media which I saw, and it looks like him, but it's not verified, and we don't know whether this, some suggesting that maybe it's AI photo. Still very conflicting report about him, but yes, indeed, if he's the one and if he's really killed or targeted in this, it's a significant development towards the I think a turning point in this war. Yes.
So you're saying this could be a turning point if it is him, Rushdie. What else are you hearing from your contacts in Gaza right now?
Well, it's still nothing. I've been sending messages to Hamas people outside, and you know how difficult the communication inside. People shared what is available in social media, and in some of the WhatsApp groups they are circulating a photo which I have been able to see this photo, and I can't tell exactly. It looks like him, but I can't tell whether this photo is true or not. There is no word from Hamas yet, no word from the Hamas outside or inside, or anyone close to Hamas have any comment about this. But widely Palestinians are sharing this photo and sharing the news everywhere. Some posted in social media, but in WhatsApp groups, people who have access to the internet from Gaza were sharing this news.
What have you been able to learn, Rushdie, about the way Yahya Sinwar operated in his day-to-day life? Obviously, he and the rest of Hamas clearly knew that he was the #1 target for Israel after the killing of Ismail Haniyeh in the summer. So we've heard that he often operated deep underground. Wira was just saying a moment ago that he was often said to have a human shield of hostages around him. So what have you been able to learn about his day-to-day life, and how difficult would it be for Israeli intelligence to get a fix on where he might be?
Well, even before the 7th of October, I mean, Yahya Sinwar was never somebody who could appear anywhere, any time. He was always surrounded by a very tight security situation. Every time we see him somewhere, there's always high-level security around him. But since the 7th of October, I mean, we believe that he's underground from day one. But back when they killed Haniyeh and then they choose him as the overall leader of the movement, I think he had to make some communication with the people outside. And this is what I think the Israelis were waiting for. They were waiting for one mistake, exactly what happened with all of the Hamas leaders that were killed before. It's just one mistake. You make a communication or a call, or somebody close to you is communicate with somebody else, would make you a target. And in this case especially, you know, this is a very high profile person. He's the one, we believe, that he ordered the 7th of October together with the Mohammed Deif, the military, the head of the military wing, who Israel said also killed, and his brother Mohammed, who runs the Khan Yunis battalion. But I think it's still early to confirm or to judge whether he was killed or not. But if indeed it is a significant move, yeah.
And that was Rushdie Abu-Alouf, our Gaza correspondent, speaking to me a few minutes ago about this breaking story. But just a reminder, no absolute confirmation yet that Yahya Sinwar, the leader of Hamas, is one of those killed in this Israeli strike. The Israel Defense Forces saying that they are checking the possibility.